Blank Dieters! So with all these fad diets that are in the diet community right now, we have keto, we have banting, we have raw foods, veganism, all these types of diets, it's hard to know what exactly is a balanced diet. Because if you're on keto, they'll say, don't eat these starchy vegetables. But if you're doing veganism, they'll tell you eat some starchy vegetables, but don't eat meat. If you're doing the banting, all these diets say this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So I think it's time that we went back to the basics and we discussed what is healthy eating. So that's what we're talking about today. This is Healthy Eating 101. Let's get into the video. Okay, welcome back, Blank Dieters. Thank you so much to all my returning subscribers. If you're a newcomer, welcome to the family. Remember to subscribe to my channel and also take a look around. I have a lot of great content for you on my channel. And remember to like, share to your family and friends. Also, leave me a comment down below about the topic that we are discussing today. Let me know. We'll have a full-on discussion down in the comment section because I will definitely respond to your comments. Remember, we said this is Healthy Eating 101. So the first thing that you need to do is to understand your various food groups. You need to know your food group so you can pick and choose the right foods that are going to nourish you in the way that your body really needs. To be honest with you, in my experience with these fad diets, a real healthy diet is never going to ask you to eliminate an entire food group from your diet. Like that's just, I think, in my opinion, it's just unhealthy and it's just not sustainable. For those who come out saying, I've been on keto for 10 years and whatever, there's a reason why they're making the news, okay? Because it's something that's not normal. A balanced diet should include all the food groups, and you should just learn to pick and choose and how to eat. That's what you need to learn. So let's get into those different food groups. Okay, so the first food group that you need to know are grains. These are foods made from wheat, rye, rice, maize, cornmeal, or barley. That means this is your pastas, your breads, tortillas, popcorn, the list goes on. So when you are buying grains, a lot of people tend to consume more grains than they need. So let me just give you a rule of thumb when you're buying grains. What you want to look for on the label or ask whoever is selling you the grain is it a whole grain? That means that the grain has not been processed, so you're able to extract the maximum nutrients out of that grain. The next food group are vegetables. Now, vegetables come in different colors, different forms, different shapes. We have leafy greens, we have cruciferous vegetables, all these different types of vegetables. We also have starchy vegetables like potatoes, which tend to be higher in calories than the leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. But because they're high in calories, it does not mean that you have to stay away from them. You just have to consume them in moderation because they have a lot of nutrients, especially potatoes, sweet potatoes. Amazing. So you just need to make sure you know the calories that you're taking in when it comes to starchy vegetables and leafy greens. In my book, they're just free foods. Some cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cabbage, I think they're free foods because the calories are so low, it's very difficult for you to overeat broccoli or to overeat cabbage. The next food group is fruit. Now, this is another group that comes in many different forms, shapes, colors. That means it's so packed, okay, with nutrients and high in fiber. It's actually a good swap, as we mentioned before in another video. I'm going to put it right here. It's actually a good swap for like sweet stuff like candies and stuff like that. You can eat an orange and get like a satisfaction of that sweet tooth. You can eat grapes, you can eat an apple, and you're still getting a lot of nutritional value, but you're getting that sweet that you're craving for. So definitely you want to include fruit in your diet if you want to have a balanced diet. So the next food group is protein, let's say meats. A lot of people, just like grains, people tend to over consume proteins. this can lead to a greater calorie intake. So I think you want to stick to more lean meats. They have grass-fed meats now, or you want to stick to like poultry, chicken, turkey, and a couple times a week, it wouldn't hurt for you to swap regular beef or lamb, swap it with some seafood at least a couple times a week, just to lower that caloric intake and to vary the nutrients that you're getting from these different types of meats. Okay, so the next food group is dairy. You want to make sure that you do not go for those low fat type dairy, reduced fat. I wouldn't recommend that because when they reduce fat, they normally add sugars. So I think that you just need to go for the full fat, but you have to make sure that you consume it in moderation. Stick to the serving size. Like I've noticed that if you stick to like 250 ml, like 1 cup, 250 ml serving, if you want to drink it, have it with something as an accompaniment. You should definitely stick to the serving size. It will never lead you down the wrong path. So stay away from those low fat dairies and, reduced fat, because when they reduce fat, to put the flavor back, they have to add more sugar. So I would advise you to stick to the full fat versions of dairy. It may actually come as a shock to you to realize that a lot of adults are not getting as much dairy as they should. So try to put maybe more milk in your tea, have some yogurt with your breakfast, have some more dairy. Try to research the recommended dairy that you should consume in a day and just try to find different ways that you can incorporate that dairy, either in a dessert, a healthy dessert, low calorie dessert, or in your entrees. Make some curries and put some yogurt in the curry. Make some Alfredo sauce. Whatever you can make that's still healthy but still allows you to incorporate dairy, go for it. So the next food groups are oils. These tend to be higher in calories, but they still need to be consumed because of their high nutrient value, such as vitamin E and omega-3 fatty acids. So for cooking, you may want to stay away from solids such as butter, but you may opt for oils like olive oil, avocado oil, and peanut butter. And remember, a little goes a long way. In my cooking, I also like to use tallow, chicken fat. That's actually a good source of fat as well. Even though I said stay away from solids, if it's animal fat, I really encourage that. But anyway, try to limit your intake of oil, but get just the right amount that's recommended for you to consume in a day. So the next food group that we want to discuss are solid fats and added sugars, also known as SOFAs. So added sugar is just basically more calories with no nutrients. So you want to choose foods that are low in these solid fats and foods that have no added sugars, or at least have a very small amount of added sugar per serving size. So anyway, blank dieters, that's all I had for you today. I'm going to see you in the next video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.